Hey guys, it's Bieber. So this is well, it's not really an update, but it is an inside look at this home in Henry County. Um, I guess it happened maybe 2 or 3 days ago, but they had a call. The sheriff's office had a call about a large amount of animals at the home, and when they got there, they found not only 600 plus animals, but a toddler in a pen, a cage, a dog cage, with a few toys, and the conditions were deplorable. But, anyways, this is a video, an inside look of the home. I will warn you, it is graphic, it is upsetting, and it's very sad. It is just completely sad. You will notice, and they'll tell you, but some of these animals, especially the smaller ones, they didn't even clean their cages. So, like, literally, they were living on top of a pile of their own feces, like the mice and things like that. Anyways, here it is. It is, this is just the harsh reality of how some people choose to live, and we just got to seek justice.
To a tip of animal abuse of large scale. There's feces on the floor, no flooring in some places, thousands of cockroaches, maggots. Animal Rescue Corps responded to our location. They were here earlier in the week as well.
This year will be 10 years that we have been rescuing animals. And yesterday was the largest number of animals we've ever extracted from a property. Over 600 animals we pulled off that property.
The conditions on this property were some of the worst I've ever seen. These people had assembled pens out of scrap metal and shelving such that we had to use bolt cutters to even get into where the dogs were. The small animals perhaps had it the worst of all because they were held in containers that over years had completely filled with feces, so that the small animals were pressed, their bodies were pressed against the lids of the container by their own feces having built up in the container.
Common issues that we're seeing with these guys was emaciation, internal and external parasites. We have a lot that are pregnant. A lot of the dogs have extremely overgrown toenails. They have derm issues, eye issues, either from scratches or from infection from ammonia. Our rats have a lot of bite wounds associated with overcrowding and lack of food. The ammonia levels in this house were dangerously high for animals or people to be living in.
They are slowly deadened to what is in front of them.
It's been demonstrated by psychologists and others who study human behavior that a lack of empathy towards animals can be an early indicator of other forms of violence.
When you walk up to a trailer thinking that you're going to investigate an animal cruelty case, and then you see a 1.5-year-old child in that cage. I don't care how many years you've been in law enforcement, I don't care what you've done, and every toy that that child has got is in that cage. It's just not supposed to be that way.
In short, the child was living just as every other animal was on the property, in a cage in filth.
We're trying to make sense of these things that don't make sense. When we started this organization 10 years ago, it was to be a resource for law enforcement to address situations which they don't have the resources or expertise to address.
A rural West Tennessee county, we cannot handle 56 dogs in one night, and 45 dogs on Tuesday as well.
There are very few organizations out there created to help law enforcement with certain kinds of cases. There aren't other organizations out there who do the forensics, who do the investigations, who handle all the evidence, and it's live evidence. So the documentation that we provide on our cases is second to none. It is all part of the criminal case. It is all part of the prosecution and to stop these people from ever doing this again.
This is twice in 1 week that they have come to our rescue and stayed till every mouse, hamster, dog was physically examined, each one at the scene and rescued.
All the way down to the last and smallest mouse. There was not a living being that we left on this property.
When we say we take 100% of the animals, we take 100% of the animals. We're not going to leave them behind just because it's a mouse that's raised for food. We're going to take them all. That is dedication. That is amazing. That is our team. People ask me all the time, why Tennessee? Why is there so much cruelty in Tennessee? It is not Tennessee. This is everywhere. It happens all over the place. It's just we have a great relationship with law enforcement here, and they use us because they don't have another option.
We could not have done this without that group right there. We owe a big thank you to the Animal Rescue.
This organization is not just our field team who is going into these places and rescuing animals. It's not just the volunteers who come here every day and care for our animals. It's more than that. It's our donors. It's our supporters all around the world. These communities that we're going into may not be your community, but it's the communities that need it. It's the ones who have no resources, the ones where the animals will sit there and suffer if someone doesn't do something, and we're the ones who are going to do it. Everybody can be a part of this. Everybody can help. We're just the boots on the ground, but it's not going to happen without donors, without support, without you.